did my research project on does YouTube cause more harm than good. Just kind of was inspired by how much drama and other crap on YouTube there is that isn't like beneficial to anything. So just some facts to give some like background information on how big YouTube is YouTube has about 1.8 billion users per month, making it like the second largest platform on the internet to Facebook's 2 billion. Every minute, about 300 hours of content is uploaded to YouTube, which is absurd. 5 billion videos are watched per day, and the average mobile viewing session lasts more than 40 minutes. So whenever someone gets on YouTube, they spend about 40 minutes just sitting and watching YouTube videos on their phone. So just unnecessary drama. So if you make like simple mistakes at your job and you have a semi-public thing, and it's going to end up on YouTube, and you're going to get like a ton of flack for it on the internet. Some simple pros and cons. There's close to infinite information on YouTube on any topic imaginable. There's great entertainment for any subject or any kind of interest for anyone. And then there's a how-to video on literally anything you can think of, which has resulted in many of us failing and attempting to recreate it. Some of the cons about YouTube is the fact that anyone can upload. Same thing with Wikipedia, why we're not allowed to use it in sources and stuff, is that anyone can do anything with it. False information is often presented as facts, and this is my biggest problem here with YouTube, is people will say something as if it is without a doubt true, and we as viewers will take it as absolute fact and not like analyze it or think about it too hard. And then there's a ton of unnecessary drama on YouTube with the Tati and James Charles thing and all that. Here's this video that kind of elaborates on some points I have.
Revenue on YouTube, right? You can just make stuff up or steal stuff. You search for like really popular kids cartoons like Peppa Pig or Paw Patrol, you'll find that there's millions and millions of these online as well. Of course, most of them aren't posted by the original content creators. They come from loads and loads of different kind of random accounts, and it's impossible to know who's posting them or what their motives might be, right? And does that sound kind of familiar? Because really it's exactly the same mechanism that's happening across most of our digital services, where it's impossible to know where this information is coming from. It's basically fake news for kids, right? And we're training them from birth to click on the very first link that comes along, regardless of what the source is. That doesn't seem like a terribly good idea. That feeling of deep strangeness and deep lack of understanding of how this thing was constructed that seems to be presented around me. Right? Because it's impossible to know where these things are coming from. Like, who is making them? Some of them appear to be made of teams of professional animators. Some of them are just randomly assembled by software. Some of them are, quite wholesome-looking young kids entertainers, and some of them are from people who really clearly shouldn't be around children at all. Right? And once again, this impossibility of figuring out who's making this stuff. Like, is this a bot? Is this a person? Is this a troll? What does it mean that we can't tell the difference between these things anymore? And again, doesn't that uncertainty feel kind of familiar right now? So
Okay, so just elaborating on the fact that anyone can upload anything, and especially kids things. Kids are very prone to, just clicking on the first thing that has a bright color on their screen. This YouTube is great, in my opinion though. However, with all the negative effects of YouTube is a great resource for everyone. With near infinite information on any topic or subject imaginable. This helps anybody, waste 30 minutes out of your day just with you watching a funny video, or you can watch a professor lecture you on complex ideas such as like physics and complex physics and stuff, or someone show you how to do something you need help with, like take an engine out of a car. It's really just how you use it, I think, is the biggest problem here. Is the fact that we as humans are giving too much time and thought to the people that are just on here wasting time and looking for clicks to get ad revenue and money. So my solution that I think would work is to solve the problem YouTube causes. We as humans need to stop giving false information so much attention and watch with a little more scrutiny. just, you know, give ourselves a little more credit. We're pretty smart, all of us, and we know how to analyze sources. We did that for 2 months. We know how to do that pretty well, and just make sure it makes sense before we just take it as absolute fact. And then there are my work sites.